Oh, damn. What's up, guys? Today we are doing a car video because I'm on my way to work and I have to do some stuff real quick, so I figured this hat is making me hella hot. I figured I might as well like do a video. I made a video earlier, but let me wind my window down a little bit. No, wind that one down. I made a video earlier and I didn't decide to upload it because I felt like I had said too much that I didn't necessarily wanted to say, because I still have doubts about certain things, but that's not what we're really here for. So I'm just kind of like gonna run it down. I have been like, my head looks hella big. I have been so happy, and I don't mean like happy like no, not like that, bitch, but like I've been so happy lately because I've just been doing shit that I wanted to do, and I've just been doing me. So like that's been making me really happy. And y'all, like, it's kind of crazy how just living your life makes you so much happier and it just makes you glow and all that shit. Like, I'm just like, I really feel better about a lot of things. Like, I went to Canada, that was super fun. A vlog coming soon. I am just bad at uploading. Or sometimes I'll make videos, but then I don't always fucking upload that shit. But I went to Canada, I went to Pride. I got my ears pierced. Y'all can see. I'm just doing a lot of shit that I want to do. Like, I was watching Elite. Y'all don't watch that show on Netflix? Y'all need to watch that shit. That shit is so good. So good. I watched all 5 seasons. I fucking had gotten COVID. That shit, crazy. But when I was sick, that's all I was watching. And I was like, that shit was so spicy. I love Ander. I just butchered his name a little bit because I was trying to say the accent. But like, he had like a little cross earring, like a ring with a cross on it, and I was like, that shit looks fire. So I wanted to get my ears pierced and do that. So like, I still have to wear this for I think like a week or something, and then like, but I have to like keep cleaning it because sometimes I forget to clean it, and then like I don't want to get an infection, so I have to keep cleaning it. But yeah, I've just been doing like a lot of shit. Like I'm getting ready to do like my house renovations because it needs to be done. And I think overall I'm just really happy lately. And honestly, like, not everything is roses and sunshine and butterflies and shit, but I think the more that I decide to do things for myself, the more happier I become and the more content I am with life. And it's kind of crazy because especially, you know, the last few years, I wasn't always doing that, you know what I mean? And it kind of sucks when you're kind of just living for other people and not yourself. And that's why it's so important, especially as like being gay and like, or like LGBT or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you have to free yourself from like the shackles of other people. And this, I'm not about to get like super preachy and all that. Like, this isn't gonna be like a crazy video like that, but I just wanted like to say like, yo, y'all, like, we have to live our fucking lives, like, no matter what or whoever feels about what way. Like, we fucking have to, because if we don't, who's gonna do it for us? We have to live our lives. Like, it's so crazy because I'm just like, I feel so good about a lot of things I'm doing. And one thing I'm gonna say too, be careful about who you tell your business, and be careful about what kind of energy people bringing in, whether it's family or friends or whoever. Like, if like you're sharing your life with other people and the first thing that they come out of their mouth is fucking negativity, you know, be aware not to share like crucial things with them as often as you feel like you need to, because it's not. Like, I remember, like, I'm not like calling anybody out. Like, I was talking about my tiny, like, my mom was asking about my tiny house, and she's like, oh, like, when is it gonna be ready, da 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 da, and like, hopefully, like, I want to have it like, you know, fully the outside done by like the end of the summer, because I was like, there's a lot of things I wanted to redo and things like that. So I'm like, by the end of the summer, like, it should be like presentable, like to where it'll be comfortable. And it's like, cause you know she's trying to do real estate and all this shit. She's like, yeah, I don't know why. She's like, how much money you spent on that house so far? You could have gotten a real house. And I'm like, it is a house, but you know, thank you for your opinion, because last time I checked, big ass real houses cost a lot of money, and I don't have that, and I don't want to be putting all my money into no fucking big ass house. Like, the property taxes alone is a bitch. And then he's like, no, but like if you do this and you have like certain tax write off, and I was like, yo, like at the end of the day, the house is still like, it's still gonna be expensive as fuck. So like, my choice to do this with my life and how I want to live, like, let me live it. Like, you know, let me be great. Let me be great. Damn. Let me be great. And it's so crazy because when it's like, when you share things with people and they can't understand where you're coming from, it's like, why is the first thing you have to say is something negative, or you try to put somebody down? Because that's kind of how it looks like. Like, why is it when somebody tries to share, like, you know, vulnerable moments, if the first thing that comes out of your mouth is negativity, like, I honestly don't feel like people deserve to talk to you, like, on confidential levels. I don't. Because even if you don't understand where somebody's coming from, you still can be compassionate, and you can still learn to see where they're coming from and see their perspectives. A lot of people do not want to see other people's perspective. It's all about them. It's all about my views, my way. And it's like, no, like, there's so many other different angles to everything. So why is it that your only view is what matters? That's crazy to me. That literally blows my mind. And it's not necessarily like I'm trying to call my mom out or nothing like that, but a lot of family members do that, especially. And I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm just like, well, I'll just share on social media. Like, I don't have to like go to nobody's house and be like, well, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm over that point. I really am. And I think, and I'm gonna use another family member. You know, like, I was having a conversation with like my aunt about, like, you know, my work and things like that, and what I want to do in my future. And because I've been doing like cakes, I've been like working in bakeries for forever. And you know, I recently had gotten a new job at a time. So, and this isn't like malicious or anything like that, but it's, you know, because she's like, you've been doing this so long, why don't you go to culinary school and and get your papers and all this stuff and X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, oh my God, just let me live. And it's like, oh, your cousin's gonna be coming out, graduating, and they're estimated to make 80 something a year. I'm 80 something starting, and I'm just like, yo, like, this is so toxic. It's not even funny. Like, y'all, like, when I say, and I don't mean like toxic as in like everything is negative. I'm saying it's toxic as in not everything needs to be compared. Not everything needs to be analyzed stat to stat. Oh, well, so-and-so is doing this, why aren't you doing that? If so-and-so is doing that and they're like this, why aren't you like that? Like, no, like, we're all different and we all want different things in life. So like, if I'm content with where I'm at, let me be content. Let me be. And I really had to learn that. Are you gonna let me cross? Thank you. And I really had to learn, like, how to let people live and make their own decisions on their own. Like, that was a hard thing to do, and I feel like a lot of people do not understand that perspective of, you are your own person, you have to make your own mistakes, and there's oh so much that I can do that's in my control. Y'all, when I tell you, like, when I say this, I'm really saying this, and I'm not like trying to say, I know everything and I've been on this planet some years and all that shit. Hell no. I'm trying to say, I've just learned from experience that people gotta do their own shit, their own damn self. So I can't live for you and I can't make your decisions for you. You have to make your decisions for yourself. And me understanding that, I know better not to sit there and compare people all the time and pit people against each other and make people feel less than. And you know, like I said, a lot of this isn't deliberate. Because a lot of times people inadvertently do this type of shit and they don't understand the harm that they're doing to you. It's like, please don't project this onto me. I don't want this type of energy onto me. And especially like bringing it back to, you know, being gay and stuff like that. When I say people don't, like, if people don't get your experience and all that shit, that's fine. Let them be. I'm not going to go back and forth with nobody because you didn't get my experience. I'm not going to explain to you every damn day, oh, like why my life matters. And like, you know, I'm not debating my humanity with anybody. If I'm content with the life I'm living, let me be content and let me be happy. Just the way, if you're content with your life you're living, you wouldn't want nobody to be stopping you. Like, what? Come on now. Let's make it make sense. A lot of times people they project things onto you, but then when it's in the same position, they don't like that. No, let me be great, let me live, and let me do me. If what I'm doing isn't detrimental to myself and to other people, let me do me and let me live. Because a lot of people do not understand that. You have to let people walk in their own shoes. I cannot walk for you and you cannot walk for me. And it's so crazy how that's such a hard concept to understand for a lot of people, but it is. And you know, I battle with it all the time because sometimes I don't want to share a lot, especially with my family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just don't want to. I don't feel secure enough. And a lot of them where I'm like, yo, like so-and-so's going on. Like, I don't feel good about this. Or like, this is happening right now. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Because a lot of times it's like, well, why were you doing that in the first place? Or why didn't you do this? Or like, why didn't you think of that first? And it's just like, I'm not asking you to give me this speech. I'm just asking for a little bit of empathy or sympathy, whichever one. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's so crazy to me. And I'm at the point where I'm tired of explaining shit to people. I really am. I don't want to explain nothing to anybody anymore. Like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. If you get it, you get it. That's all it is. At this point, that's all it is. And so when I say like I've been happy lately, because I haven't been worrying about what other people think. And I'm not gonna start worrying about who thinks about me in what way. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm not about to pressure myself into being something that I'm not. And I'm not gonna sit here and try to be like a people pleaser. And y'all, us people pleasers, we gotta get ourselves out of that mentality of, oh, like, I gotta do this because, you know, so-and-so is gonna be mad at me, X, Y, and Z. Like, listen, if it don't align with what you want to do and your happiness and your morals, fuck that shit. Do it for yourself before you do it for others. Fuck that. That's, you know, that's what I had to learn. Because and let me say this. I learned this the hard way. This wasn't like an easy conclusion that I came, you know, to discovering. Like, I learned this shit the hard way by fucking always trying to give people the benefit of doubt. And oh, they'll get better, they'll do this and they'll do that, and, you know, hopefully they'll change and X, Y, and Z. Nah, B. Nah. I ain't gonna wait for you to change. You ain't my motherfucking man. I ain't got zero reason to wait for you to change. I'm changing and I'm realizing I need to elevate and do better things for myself. And if you can't realize that for yourself, that's on you. That ain't on me. I'm not about to wait for you to change. Who knows how long that's gonna fucking be. I'm gonna sit here look goofy, waiting on you to do what? To level yourself up, for you to do things for yourself finally? No. those days are over, for real. And you know, like I said, like this whole video is just kind of like an explanation of, like, you know, things that's happening in life, and not just me, you know, and for all of you guys that might experience similar things. We have to get to the point of understanding that we are, you know, as people, we are who we are. And yes, like, we do change over time. Some people change faster than others, and some people change for the better, and some people change for the worse. And where you stand is deciding where you want to be in this change. If you're with somebody, you have relationships, whether it's family, friends, you want to change for the better, you know, to elevate your relationships and all these things. But when people aren't seeing where you're coming from, or they don't understand it, or they don't want to understand it, or they're trying to belittle you, it's okay to set your boundaries and say, you know what, I'm not okay with this. You know, it's fine if that's what you think of what I'm doing, but we're just gonna have our differences, and that'll be okay, and we won't have to communicate the same way if you're gonna always try to bring me down. So a lot of times we have to realize that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the decisions like that, those are tough, and that's why it's so hard to you know, to leave certain things behind, because, you know, like, when you build relationships with people and you come to a certain understanding of how somebody is, especially when they're close to you, you tend to kind of like to overlook the red flags and certain things that make you uncomfortable and make you unhappy being with that person, whether it's a friend, family, whatever, spouse, or whatever the case may be. And instead of challenging that person to try to understand where you're coming from and your logistics of that situation or whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, not everybody's gonna get it. Yo, this car needs to go. Like, please and thank you. Thanks. And, you know, like, if some, why are you beeping me? What the fuck? Bro, I'm not even in this lane. This is what I mean too, like, people be beeping you, you're not even in their fucking lane, like, relax. But, damn, now I lost my train of thought. But, and I kind of just bring up all these things, and I hope it doesn't sound like random, because, like, you know, it's just, I was first talking about, like, pride and all these things, and just going back to, you know, doing what makes you happy will elevate you in life. I'm telling you, like, that's, when you're happy, like, you're on a different level of just euphoria. Oh my god, that sounds obnoxious. You're on a different level of experiencing, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, when you're happy, you're content with shit, like, certain things will never get to you. It never will. Like no, like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, a year from now, I'm gonna be, you know, not even a year, like, I'm gonna be living in my tiny house, and I don't care if somebody's gonna be like, oh, that's not a real house or whatever. Like, that's fine, that's your opinion, that's how you feel. But I'm content with what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with what I'm doing. I see the benefits of what I'm doing and how it's affecting me. So therefore, if you don't get it and you're not seeing where I'm coming from, that's fine. That's fine. Because I know what's going to work for me, and you know what's going to work for you. And this is why that irritates me the most, is people don't, it's like, why is it that you always know what's best for you, but you know what's best for everybody? Like all the billions of people on the planet, you know what's best for everybody, like, objectively speaking, you don't. You don't. Some people want to live in the middle of the fucking woods and collect berries and kill hens and shit and hunt for food, and they're content with that life. Some people want to live in a big city, have a lot of friends, big social circle, all those things, and that makes them content in life. Some people want to have fast cars and a lot of money and mansions and all that stuff, and that makes them content in life. Everybody is gonna be different. So why can't we just acknowledge that and move the fuck forward. Yo, y'all, this is not rocket science. It's not. And that's why I say, like, especially as, and I'm gonna keep boomeranging back to this topic I'm saying, especially because when you're othered and you're gay or whatever, you're ostracized for whatever the fuck reason, you gotta understand, like, I gotta do this for myself. I can't do this shit for everybody. I gotta do this shit for myself, and I gotta make sure that I'm happy and I'm living the best life that I possibly can. Because life is short and life is precious, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to waste it worrying about all this negative things that other people are trying to are trying to freaking put onto me. Like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And learning to be in that space, it comes with time. Like, yo, that, like, when I say, like, 26 years, bro, 26 years, like, it really took me that long to, like, really even be in this state of mind where I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. You ain't gotta share every little detail to everybody, especially when you know, like, they're not really here for it. And another thing, like, when you're happy and it shows, that's like the best evidence. That's literally the best evidence to counter a lot of people's arguments. Because when they see you happy and when they see you living your best life and your skin's glowing and your bills are paid and your plants are watered and your belly is full and you got a roof over your head and your house is warm and nice and AC and all that stuff, and you're living nice and you're living how you want to live and you're living free, you can't argue against that. You can't. You literally can't. You literally cannot argue against that. Because when somebody's really out here living and they're just enjoying every moment of their life, you can't, like, it's hard to debate, oh, well, you should do this, da-da-da. No. Why should I? If I'm happy like this and I'm good, I can listen to what you're telling me, but I don't have to take it. I really don't. But, you know, that was kind of like my long-ass speech. I wanted to tell you guys, like, I'm kind of happy this video isn't, like, super duper trooper long. But I just really wanted, like, y'all to, like, hear me out with this thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to even call this video. It's kind of random as fuck. But, you know, if you guys got something from what I said, let me know in the comments below. And always remember, live for yourself, not for others. Yes, you can be selfless and help other people, but remember, you still have to put yourself first. And that's going to be the end of the video.